Hello everybody, welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be talking about how to make your brain actually want to get lean. Now, I know everybody wants to be lean, everyone wants to lose weight, or else you probably wouldn't be watching this video, right? But deep down, your brain is the only thing that's stopping you from doing that. When you want to eat shit, that's your brain telling you to do that. When you want to take a day off going to the gym, that is your brain telling you to do that. Every thought that you have, it stems from your brain. So, if you can train it to actually want to get into shape every single day, or at least make it more likely to want to tell the rest of your body to do that, it's going to make getting lean a hell of a lot easier. So I've devised three very simple pillars that helped me get into shape from here when I was, slightly larger than you'd want to be, to here where I'm in decent shape. I'm using these pillars now to get to this next stage of leanness, which I want to get to, just because, I want to look even better, because who doesn't? So let's get right into it. Pillar one, rewire your environment. Why, how, and what it does. That's what we're going to be covering in this section. So I'll just go through to the next slide. So, what does rewiring your environment really mean? Well, if you think about when you're at home, right, or wherever you might be at work, and there's snacks, there's shit, there's junk food everywhere. Your brain, as opposed to getting a meal prep, taking your meal prep to work, or cooking a meal at home, is just going to want what's easiest, especially when that's paired with some sort of emotional event that's happened that day. Because you're thinking, oh, I've had such a shit day. I'm not going to make my day any worse by cooking a meal. I'm just going to take that easy way out and just eat some shit or go to the shops and get something, right? And that's your brain not wanting to overcome the harder obstacles, like cooking, overcome those hard obstacles, hard, all right, overcome those hard obstacles like cooking, which might not seem that hard, but they're a lot harder than just going into the snack cupboard and grabbing something or going to a fast food place and grabbing something. So if it's the easiest choice, your brain is going to choose that, especially if you have external factors such as an emotional thing that will make you lead to that. So what can you do, right? If there's no snacks in your house, you can't eat snacks without having to go to another hard obstacle, which is going to the shops. Technically, you can order a takeaway, right? But I'm sure and I hope you have enough discipline because that takes a bit of effort as well, ordering a takeaway. So if you rewire the difficult choice to being the choice that you don't want to take, like eating shit, and you make the choice that you should be taking, the easy choice, it's going to make it a lot easier to hit your goals. So, like I said here, you need to make one decision a week rather than hundreds. So if you choose and you channel all your might and all your discipline to not buying snacks at the supermarket, you're going to eliminate the need to resist those snacks hundreds of times throughout the week, as opposed to just one at the supermarket. Yeah. So just use all your discipline that you have stored up to not buy any shit at the supermarket and to buy the things that you're not really going to be able to overeat, like chicken, like protein sources, things that take effort to cook, things that fill you up, things that are good for you. You're going to find it a lot harder to overeat. If you still struggle with snacks and those cravings are really bad, I've literally spam easy peelers. I do this every day. You just eat as many as you want and it doesn't matter. So get into a routine as well. That's another thing. You already have a routine if you're eating snacks. They might seem sporadic, but in your mind, if you're eating snacks every day, that's routine because you're doing it every day. Even if you do it several times a week, that's routine. When you go into that snack aisle in the supermarket, that's part of your routine to buy the snacks. All you need to do is not go to the snack aisle. If you're getting a meal deal for lunch, all you need to do is make one decision to walk past the meal deal and you can meal prep for the week if that's easier, or you can pre-plan a healthier option, which then you can beeline to, which then becomes the routine. So the routine is you already know how to get into a routine, which is good. The trouble is, like I said, it's making you gain weight. So you just need to rewire that routine to do what you actually want it to do. And what you got to understand is that this adjustment is going to take time. You can't expect your whole life to rewire itself and you to just slot into this new schedule overnight. Because what's that? All right, what that is going to do is it's going to overwhelm you and it's going to overwhelm your brain into trying to be perfect at a lot of things at once. And then what that is going to lead to is, if you think about it like a, I don't know, like a piece of string, maybe not a piece of string, like an elastic band, right? If you slowly pull an elastic band, if you do it slowly, you can find that point where the elastic band isn't going to snap. Whereas if you pull that elastic band as hard as you can, most likely it's going to snap because you're pulling it without knowing where that where that limit is. So if you move into doing something new slowly, sort of one at a time, and I'll go over how to do those things now. So starting off, I want to just say, and this is my personal opinion on it, full restriction, unless you're trying to be a bodybuilder and you for the show, is bad. Even then, I think there is definitely some merit in incorporating some sort of cheat meal into your plan or some of those vice foods, so then you're not fully restricting yourself. So with the idea that you're rewiring your environment, you can go to the supermarket, you can go maybe to the snack aisle if you're disciplined enough to not, go crazy, and you can buy some snacks that will fit into your diet and you can go into the cupboard or whatever. I would still keep these ones out of reach, like we'll go into that later. But have these snacks that are ready that you can eat that aren't going to be a problem. So if you're hungry, you can satisfy that craving without going crazy on something else, like without looking for something else. Because I mean, I've been there. No snacks in the house, you end up eating something super devious. For me, normally there's peanut butter in the house, which is honestly would have been a lot worse than me eating like a chocolate bar or something. So having pre-planned snacks, which maybe you even plan a time for, you could have like that evening snack that you look forward to every single day. And I find that works well with a lot of my guys who struggled with snacking. And now they have these pre-planned ones and it makes their diet not even really feel like a diet. So yeah, it satisfies those cravings without destroying your diet because full restriction, in my opinion, is just going to lead to a binge. So yeah. Next point, we're going to go with keep water within reach. I think this is a very good one. Sometimes your brain actually confuses hunger for just being thirsty. So if you're drinking throughout the day, not only will you be, helping with that hunger feeling, water's also like essential for your body. And I think this is crazy to me because people don't drink enough water. Like 90% of people do not get enough water. A good rule of thumb, like obviously you want to be aiming for over 2 liters. I get 5 liters personally, but I think instead of aiming for a like statutory number, I would say just honestly try and drink as much as you can throughout the day. Just whenever you get a chance, just drink some water. Like have a glass always filled up. Keep it close to you so then you're more likely to just drink it. Like I said, start meals with a big glass of water. It's going to make that meal fill you up a bit more as well. So, yeah. And the last one is if you are going to buy snacks or you're in an environment where you live with other people and they have snacks, keep those snacks out of reach. Keep them in a high cupboard where you don't even think about them. You might actually trick your brain into forgetting about them, or ask the people who bought them for, um, the people who bought them even, to just hide them somewhere so you don't know where they are. Because if you can't see them, they're not going to be at the forefront of your mind. They're going to be a lot harder to get to. But I mean, best thing is obviously to just not have them in your house because then it's a lot harder to even get some. So my recommendations for rewiring your environment and how to ease out of that terrible diet that led you and led me to where you're, not happy with your physique, right? So I do all of these things, so I know they work. Number one, snack on fruit. I've got these written as like the planets for some sort of like, spiritual force that hopefully should help make these happen. But snacking on fruit is great. Like, I mean, like I've said, I eat so many oranges a day. so many oranges because they're like so low calorie and you can just, I mean, they taste amazing. You can just eat them whenever. So snacking on fruit as opposed to like chocolate, finding the right fruit as well is essential. You don't want to be eating anything too high calorie, but for the most part, you should be all right to eat somewhat as much fruit as you want. Don't be eating like crazy amounts, but have like an orange instead of a chocolate bar throughout the day, and you should be fine. And obviously, it's very good for you. The amount of vitamins in fruit is ideal. Yeah, drink as much water as possible. I've already said this one, but I felt like, and then drink as much water as possible. I know I've already said this, but it is so key that I thought I'd repeat it. Um, Another little hack as well. If you ever get some cravings, like if you're like, bro, I really want some crisps right now, write it down, say, I want crisps. You can keep like a little, I mean, I've got a journal. You can keep a little tracker of whenever you get hungry, and it'll trick your brain, well, it'll make your brain reevaluate if you actually want it or what goal is going to be bigger for you. Another thing you can do if you're in a situation where you're literally in front of the crisps and you're about to eat them, and you're like, do I really want them? Should I really eat them? Oh, what the hell? Remove yourself from that situation. Go to the toilet, write it down on your phone, write it down in your journal. Just wait there 5 minutes and then come back. Like it sounds over the top, but it works. If you want it this bad, you'll do shit like that. Trust me, I've done a lot more devious shit than just going to the toilet for 5 minutes or going away from some crisps for 5 minutes. What do you know about dunking the banana in the coffee? What do you know about a year ago? Actually, no, like 2 years ago. Each day we don't make 100 pounds. I'm dropping my calories by 100. Alright. Next up, yeah. Anyway, next up, get outside more. Being outside more, you're going to be away from food for the most part. Just going for a walk, it's going to clear your brain. Walking is obviously going to even burn calories, and that outside area, like it does, just being outside, it does wonders for my food cravings as opposed to sitting inside all day because your brain is a lot less bored when it's outside. Holy calorie food in the house, like crisps. For me, it's crisps. If there's crisps in that bar, if there's crisps in the house, the cut becomes 20x harder for me. Crisps, like it, you'd be surprised. Google like how much 30 grams of like Doritos is. It's nothing. It's like two crisps. And that's like 100 and something calories. So you'll be beaming through calories. So best bet is to just not have that in your house because if it's not in your house, you're gonna have to go to the shops and that's a lot more effort than just pulling it out the snack drawer. And by doing all these things, you're going to be making the right choice, the default choice. If you have the meals that you should be eating, even meal prepped, if it's like you struggle because you work a lot and you're coming home from work and you don't want to cook and it's more the effort that's stopping you from, eating what you should, meal prep on the weekend when you have a bit of time, meal prep for the week, you literally just keep them in tubs in your fridge. Then it's a matter of coming home, pulling out the right tub, eating it easy, like even warming it up. Making the right choice, the easiest choice, is going to do wonders for your gut and for your life. It's going to make your brain actually not want to crave anything else because the right stuff is so easy to make, or and easy to stick to. So that's all everything for rewiring your environment. Um, it's a very helpful tip. Same like saying with you, show me your friends, show you your future, show me your fridge and your snack cupboard, and I'll show you your waistline. I'll show you your BMI. I'll show you your body fat percentage. So yeah, very key one. Pillar two. This is one I've been very heavy on at the moment. Identity over motivation. Motivation fades. You do not. I'll go into what this means. So you aren't a robot, right? So you doing like I made a video about like the winter arc or like super Darden discipline, perfect plan. If you spend a day designing a perfect plan, you're like, oh, I'm gonna do this for a month and then I'll be lean. You're not a robot. It's gonna take a lot for the average person to stick to a perfectly disciplined plan for the whole thing. And you may be very motivated to do that for 1, maybe 2 weeks. But then when that motivation runs out, it's hard. But what one tip that I would give when that motivation is very high, when you're like, oh my God, I'm so ready to get in shape, I'm ready to change my life. Um, One, buy my coaching. But two, use it to its max. If you have that motivation to go do cardio, but get on the treadmill, don't do half an hour, do 2 hours. Don't do like 10K steps, do 20K steps. Maximize that progress while you have that motivation, and then use the discipline to stay on that baseline, that target that you want to be hitting. Say you want to do 10K steps every day. You start off dialed in, motivation, 20K, 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 come back down, that motivation runs out, 10K. This is where the discipline comes in. You hit 10K every day. And then when that motivation runs out, like I said, you turn to the discipline, right? And that stays, 10K, 10K, 10K. What happens when the discipline runs out? What do you do then? 0K? No, you don't want to do that. I'll tell you what you do. The solution is to simply become a disciplined person. And I want to talk about something called an identity shift. That's where you become the person that you want to be, right? So instead of saying, "Oh, I'm gonna eat clean for the next month," I'm dialed in, I'm locked in. You say you are someone who eats clean. You are someone who exercises. That's just you. That you become that. You encompass that in your identity, and it becomes a hell of a lot easier because, like I said, you bounce back from the diet. If you binge, you go back because that's your normal now. Your identity is someone who eats clean. You can never fail because even if you binge for 2 weeks, you eat shit for 2 weeks. If you bounce back because that's you, you will keep chipping away. You'll keep chipping away until it finally works, until you finally reach that end result. Because like you take 2 steps forward, 1 step back, that's still 1 step forward. It may take a hell of a lot longer, but you will get there if you never fucking give up. And it becomes somewhat effortless because you fuck up, you know you fucked up. Do you know how powerful it is knowing you fucked up? There's people who eat shit every single day, they see nothing wrong with it. Deep down in their mind, they might think, oh, I probably shouldn't be eating all this shit. But if you become that person who not hates themselves, right, but you know eating shit is wrong, you know what you should be doing, when you finally get back to what you should be doing, and if you do that for a long enough period of time, you do that consistently, eventually you'll become that fucking person. You will be rewarded with all your efforts. You are that guy, bro. You become him before you even become him. If you become him in mind, if you encompass this, if you shift your identity, you become the end result overnight. And then the actual physical encompassedness of that, the physical embodiment of your brain, that will happen eventually. That will happen in a year. That'll happen in some months. When your brain and everything in your lifestyle is working towards the actual, like trophy, the actual body, the actual feeling, the health, when your brain is driving you towards that, it becomes impossible to fail. It doesn't matter how long it takes, you will get there. And the third and final pillar, this completes the brain rewiring on how to actually make your brain want to become lean so bad that it becomes impossible to fail. I forgot to read it. Fucking, I can't go back. Below, there we go. Reward the process, not just the goal. Everyone wants to get to that end result, right? And it's like, oh yeah, I'm done with my diet. Like, great. That's rewarding the end result. That's not rewarding what you do every single day. And your brain craves like some sort of praise, some sort of reward. So, I'll explain what I mean. Your brain wants instant rewards, right? Like it wants to be lean overnight. It's like, oh, I want to be lean. If you got lean yesterday, the day after, you'd be happy, right? It's like if you go to the gym and your first day in the gym and you lift the weight and that's your PR because you've never been in the gym before. Your brain's like, fuck yeah, we're strong. Next day you hit a new PR because you get those newbie gains, right? That your brain's loving that. So, but fat loss takes a lot of time, which is the problem. Um, so what you can do is you can start celebrating these small wins. You hit 10K steps? That's great. Send me a message because I am I'm basically the inventor of 10K steps, and I'll congratulate you. You should log that, log it down, track your 10K steps. You hit that in a month, you're gonna feel great. You're like, I mean, I've hit 10K steps every single day on average this whole year, and it feels pretty good. Okay, log in your meals. If you hit your calories every single day or whatever, methodology you're doing. You want to be hitting, you don't want to be in a calorie deficit, but you hit that, your brain is going to like that. So what this does is tracking the progress gives your brain dopamine hits. So your brain falls in love with the process. It's like instead of seeing like the abs, right? Like that's gonna make you feel good. Instead, you're more happy to go to the gym for like however many times you went. You didn't skip the gym this week. That's a great achievement. Your lifts went up. That's a great achievement. Your your steps were hit. All the shit, all of like the input that goes into the output being the scale going down, you looking better. Start celebrating the input and the output will come naturally. You start celebrating the output, the input could slack a bit. Start focusing on what you're doing every single day and reward yourself doing that. You got to think day to day as opposed to like month to month with the progress. So, and what this does is it makes it almost addictive. When you get that streak up, it's like I don't know, like a Snapchat streak, right? Like you send that every day, you see the number go up. It's like that, but with healthy habits, and they become automatic. That paired with the identity shift that we spoke about earlier, you say to yourself, you are the type of person who sticks to my habits. I am the type of person who does what I need to do. And then you never fail because even if you fuck up one day, you get back to it because that's just you. Your brain is like, oh shit, this is what we got to do now. This is just us. So now you've rewired your brain into craving the progress, not the goal. And now it doesn't matter how long it takes because you're already technically at the reward of the end result, but just throughout the whole process. So you can do this diet, you can stick with the gym for as long as you need to get to where you want to be. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. Rewire your environment, it makes healthy choices easy. Shift your identity, become that person before you become that person. Reward the process, it becomes automatic to do the things that you need to do. You can stick to it as long as possible. Relying on discipline is not for everyone. It's not about how, how long can I stick to a diet. It's about transforming you. There is a reason why you're fat. It's because your brain is a fat person. You need to make a lifestyle change. You need to become the person who can stay in shape year round. And there's a reason they stay in shape year round because of the shit they do every single day. You can't genuinely believe that if you stick to a diet long enough, you can go back to your old ways. Because what do you think that will lead to? Your old ways led you to where you are now. If you get in shape and go back to your old ways, it's going to do the same fucking thing. It's going to lead you back to where you were. You need to become your best version of yourself, and that starts in the brain. So you start small, you got to ease into it. You got to start small, you got to ease into it, I believe. And yeah, I mean, watch your life transform. I've implemented this with countless guys that I work with, and it works because the reason why most people are fat, I mean, is definitely to do with your brain, right? Your brain tells you what to eat. And focusing on an identity shift as opposed to just giving them a diet and saying, you got to stick with this, you got to stick with this, they fuck up. And then they get back sticking with it, they fuck up again. And they make no progress. They're plateaued. Making their brain make that first step, it's the most important thing. The first step to almost leapfrogging to that end result, placing your brain at the end, so it's like an anchor that pulls you towards that goal is key. If you need any help doing this, if you want to schedule a call with me to talk about your fitness goals, there's a link in my YouTube bio. Feel free to reach out to me on Instagram. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.